Former President George W. Bush and his family were honored with the Oklahoma City National Memorial and Museum's Reflections of Hope Award on Wednesday, April 20th. The event, held at the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum, was highlighted with Barbara Pierce Bush and Jenna Hager, Bush's twin daughters, accepting the award. A video was played at the ceremony remembering a visit by President and Mrs. Bush to Oklahoma City.
Laura and I are honored to accept the Oklahoma City National Memorial and Museum's Reflections of Hope Award. We wish it could have been there in person to thank you for your kind gesture. We're proud to have our wonderful girls there to represent us.
Our nation was shocked by the news of the bombing, yet our citizens found a lot to admire in the way the people of Oklahoma responded. Amidst terrible grief and suffering, you responded with strength and resolve.
One of my first trips outside of Washington as the president was for the dedication of the Oklahoma City National Memorial. That day I remembered the strength and character of Oklahoma's leaders in the aftermath of the bombing.
The Oklahoma City National Memorial and Museum is a place of peace and remembrance and life. It's a reminder of the tragedy and the bravery of April 19, 1995. George and I are proud of Oklahomans, of this wonderful memorial, and of the work you do and have done with other memorials around the country.
Thank you for honoring us with this prestigious award, and thank you for inviting Barbara and Jenna to accept it on our behalf. On the 16th anniversary of the bombing, we hold up the victims and their families in our prayers, and we ask for God's continued blessings on our great country.
Following the Reflections of Hope Award ceremony on Wednesday, the Bush daughters toured the Oklahoma City National Memorial and Museum.
I think the memorial tells a very personal story of what happened on the day of the bombing, and I think for us it's really interesting because we were quite young when it happened, and so of course we remember the news stories, but it's overwhelming for anyone, especially younger people, and so I think to be able to hear the personal stories of survivors and family members talk about those that they lost, definitely puts a personal spin on it, and you realize how impactful it was on everyone's life.
We were 13 when this incident occurred, and it was the first act of terrorism for our generation, and followed pretty closely by September 11th. And so to see how much our world has changed and how communities like Oklahoma City can come together upon tragedy, that's just so inspiring to us, and I think our whole generation, wants to really make a difference.